Welcome to the deep dive. We've all had those moments, haven't we? Like an unexpected expense just pops up.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Could be the car suddenly needs fixing,
Yeah.
or maybe a medical thing comes out of the blue.
Exactly. Or maybe you're just trying to bridge that little gap until your next paycheck lands. It's that universal feeling of needing a bit of cash, like right now.
hmm And that immediate pressure, it can feel really isolating, can it?
Mm.
Makes you wonder, okay, where do I even start looking for a quick solution?
Absolutely. So that's really our mission with this deep dive. We want to try and cut through some of that stress, that uncertainty.
Yeah,
We're aiming to offer a really practical guide, help you understand how you can quickly and securely get hold of something like a $500 loan if you need it.
sort of turn that feeling of financial uncertainty into, okay, here are my actual options, clear steps you can take.
Right. And this isn't just about throwing information out there. It's about giving you the knowledge you need to be genuinely well informed.
So you can make smart choices quickly when that need pops up. Whether it's a real emergency or even just trying to dodge those, costly late fees or overdraft charges,
Those can really add up.
you really can. So being prepared helps avoid that spiral.
Okay, so let's start unpacking this then. When you find yourself needing cash, like ASAP, just knowing your options is, well, it's the critical first step, isn't it?
It really is. Understanding the main paths available for getting that quick $500 loan is foundational.
So what are we looking at? What are the main pathways?
Well, it's interesting to see the differences, especially when speed is really what you need most.
Okay. So the one that often gets highlighted for being fast and easy is online lenders.
hmm
They talk about quick applications, fast approvals, even getting funds maybe the same day. But like, what makes them faster structurally? I mean, compared to walking into a bank or even your local credit union?
That's a really good question. It's kind of a mix of things. Online lenders use a lot of tech, right? Algorithms that can assess things really fast, sometimes looking beyond just that traditional credit score.
Okay.
They might look at your real-time income, maybe your banking history. Plus, they don't have the overhead of physical branches.
Right. Lower costs.
Exactly. So their whole model is often geared towards these smaller, faster loans where speed is, well, it's the key thing the borrower needs.
Makes sense. Okay. So online lenders are one route. What else?
You've also got credit unions. They can sometimes offer really good rates.
Mm-hmm. But there's a catch sometimes.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
That you typically need to already be a member to qualify there. So maybe not the fastest if you're not already signed up.
Gotcha. And then there are payday alternative loans, PLs, I think they're called.
Yes, PLLs. These are specifically smaller, short-term loans offered by some federal credit unions. They're designed as a fairer option compared to traditional payday loans.
So fairer how?
Yeah,
Like lower interest.
exactly. They have caps on interest rates and application fees, which makes them much more affordable and, consumer-friendly. Definitely something to look into if you're a credit union member.
Okay. And the last one you mentioned, peer-to-peer lending.
Right. Peer-to-peer or P2P. It's basically what it sounds like. You're borrowing directly from other individuals, not an institution.
How does that work in practice? Do you just ask people online?
Huh. Not quite. It's usually done through online platforms. These platforms connect people who want to borrow with people who are willing to lend or invest.
Ah, okay. So the platform handles the logistics.
Yeah, they handle the vetting, the paperwork, collecting repayments. It can sometimes lead to more flexible terms, maybe, than a traditional bank might offer.
Interesting. So several different avenues. But if the absolute priority is getting cash immediately.
For that real immediate need,
Yeah.
yeah, online lenders often seem like the best bet just because their process is so streamlined for speed.
Right.
Okay, so let's say you figured out which path seems best. The next big question for a lot of people is probably, okay, but can I actually qualify?
Mm-hmm.
And this is where maybe there's some good news. Getting a $500 loan seems like it should be, I don't know, easier than applying for a mortgage, right?
Oh, definitely. It's generally much less daunting. The requirements are often pretty straightforward, which is part of their accessibility.
So what are we talking about? What do lenders typically need?
Well, most just need a few basic things. First off, some kind of proof of income.
And that doesn't just mean a 9-to-5 job.
Not necessarily, no. It can be broader. It could be your regular job, sure, but also government benefits count, or even income from gig work. We heard DoorDash earnings can count.
Really? Okay, that's good to know. What else?
We'll need an active bank account. That's pretty essential because that's usually how they deposit the money directly.
Makes sense for speed.
Exactly. And then just the basics. A valid ID and your standard personal information, name, address, that sort of thing. Okay, that does sound fairly simple. But what about credit scores? That's always the big worry, isn't it?
It is a common concern, yeah. But here's the thing. Even if your credit isn't perfect, don't just automatically count yourself out.
Oh.
Especially with online lenders, many are actually quite flexible. Some even specialize in loans for people with bad credit. They might look at other things, like how stable your income is or your recent banking activity, not just that one score.
So a less than perfect score isn't necessarily a deal breaker for $500.
Not always, no. Now, it's fair to say that if your credit is poor, the interest rate might be a bit higher to reflect the lender's risk.
Okay, that's important to keep in mind. Compare offers.
Always. But the key takeaway is don't assume you won't qualify just because of your credit history. It's worth checking.
Right. Don't stress before you even try.
Okay, so the requirements might be simpler than people think. What about the actual process of applying, especially online?
Well, this is where it gets really efficient. Forget, taking time off work, running around town, filling out stacks of paper. Yeah, nobody has time for that, especially in an emergency.
Exactly. With online lenders, you can typically do the whole application right from your phone or your laptop.
Yeah.
Usually just takes a few minutes. It's all about convenience and speed.
That digital shift really makes a difference, doesn't it?
It totally changes the game for accessibility and speed. Makes it almost frictionless for the borrower.
So if you're looking at these online platforms, what should you look for to make sure you're picking one that's, reliable and fast, but also secure?
Great question. You want to look for a platform that clearly offers a quick application, one that only asks for the essential details.
Mm.
Look for mentions of fast approval decisions. Some platforms even offer instant decisions, which is amazing when you're anxious.
Instant. Wow.
Yeah, sometimes. And critically, check their commitment to depositing the funds ASAP. Same day or next business day is often the goal.
Okay. Quick application, fast decision, fast funding. Anything else?
Flexible repayment options are also a really big plus. Life happens, so having some flexibility there can be really helpful down the line.
Good point. So finding a platform that hits those marks, speed, security, maybe some flexibility, that's key.
Precisely. It's that streamlined approach that gets you the funds you need without adding more stress or delays to the situation. It's efficiency meeting that urgent need.
Okay. So let's fast forward. You've looked at your options, you found a good online lender, you applied, it got approved nice and quick, and boom, the money's in your account.
The relief.
Yeah. But now what? This next part feels just as important, maybe more so, using that money smartly.
Absolutely critical. Having the access is one thing, but using it responsibly is where the real value lies. That knowledge is best when it's applied thoughtfully.
Right. So the idea is to use these funds for what you actually needed them for, right? Like covering those urgent bills we talked about.
Exactly. Or
Yeah.
fixing the car so you don't miss work, things that have an immediate impact.
Or maybe using it strategically to avoid getting hit with like a big late fee on rent or a hefty overdraft charge from the bank.
Yes. Using it to prevent bigger financial problems can be a very smart move. The key thing underlying all of this, though, is borrowing responsibly.
And what does that mean practically?
It means, first, only borrowing what you truly need. Don't get tempted to take more just because you can. And second, and this is crucial, always have a clear plan for how you're going to repay it.
Right. Know exactly when the payments are due, how much they are, and that you can actually afford them within your budget.
Precisely. Having that repayment plan isn't just about, paying back the loan. It's about making sure this quick fix actually helps you move forward.
Yeah, so it doesn't accidentally create a new financial headache later on.
Exactly. It's about making this temporary solution fit smoothly into your overall financial picture.
Okay, so wrapping this up then, what's the main takeaway for someone listening?
I think the core message is that if you do find yourself in a pinch, needing, say, $500 quickly, it is manageable. There are clear steps, there are options, and getting it done responsibly is totally possible. Just knowing this information, having it in your back pocket can be a real game changer.
That's a great point. It leads to maybe a final thought for people listening. How might just knowing about these kinds of immediate financial solutions change how you think about your own financial planning? Or maybe your emergency preparedness?
That's an interesting question to ponder, isn't it? What kind of maybe surprising sense of control or even peace of mind comes from simply knowing these rapid options exist, even if, hopefully, you never actually need to use them?
Yeah, that peace of mind is powerful. So maybe think about situations in your own life where knowing this could be useful. Being well informed about quick financial access isn't just about solving an immediate problem.
Hmm.
It's really a critical tool, isn't it? Part of your personal toolkit for just navigating life's inevitable bumps in the road with a bit more confidence.